And help the Earth become clean. Do not listen to IS Senpai. I beg of you.
What do you think a rhinoceros looks like IRL? That would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
That would be really scary.
It's a rhino roach. I think we should get rid of it.
Can somebody put a banana next to it? I want some scale here. I want to see the size of that
It's
thing.
a rhinoceros roach.
I want some scale. Hey, here we go. There it is. The man himself, the rhino roach. Okay, let's take a look at these mulligans. Akamarured or Praetorian, who do you guys have slated to win? Why and how is this mulligan going to inform that choice? Take it away, guys.
Alright, well, in this matchup, Forrest is heavily favored, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Again, it just has... it has the way of just straight up killing at any life total against Haven, and without a deck that and that means that healing just doesn't matter a lot of the time. So
exactly, it's gonna be difficult for Praetorian to ever find a situation to drop Heavenly Aegis onto the board, because if he's ever like at 18 or like below and he drops the Aegis, he's just gonna die.
Yep. Now in a PTP list, while the roaches are kind of used as a way of just getting the damage in. Like, it's not so much held for the OTK, even though it can do that. It's not so much held for that. It's, you know, to make them weaker for the PTP as the game goes. And thing is that Aegis decks are really, since they're pretty slow on their own, like, this gives PTP decks plenty of time to be able to, you know, set up their game plan.
Right. PTP being an acronym for the namesake card, Path to Purgatory. It's a golden amulet that costs 4 play points. If you have 30 shadows, which we can see in the top right, and it's that skull, he's currently at 0. If he gets to 30, that amulet will do 6 damage to the entire enemy board and the face. Similar to Grimner before nerf, but it just stays there and keeps doing it every turn, so...
Well, right now, we're probably going to see this Ancient Elf come down. I can't really see a reason for it not to. He gets to put more cards back into his hand. The thing about PTP is that there are a lot of times where they don't really mind burning cards, because it's just adding to their shadow count. So keeping cards in their hand is definitely something that you're going to see a lot with this deck. A lot more so than even with Roach. Like a dedicated Roach deck.
True, true. Haven does have the option to, if he draws into a few of them, banish certain cards. Like, if he banishes like Water Fairy or something, that's essentially 2 shadows that the Forest player wouldn't get. So he can, Haven can slow down the activation of Path to Purgatory, but this Ancient Elf is a pretty big issue.
Yeah, it's a really big issue, and not only that, but now that Akamarured is going to be able to put down a bunch of followers, he's going to make it really difficult to snipe away that Ancient Elf with a Tribunal.
Right.
He doesn't really have anything else to do, you know, so this just feels awful. He can evo the Frog Cleric, and then use that and the Snow White to trade into it.
Right. His plan, honestly, it might even just be best to slap down Tribunal and hope for that quarter chance that you get the 4/5. It's just too much of a resource investment to dump into Ancient Elf. But if you miss, you can still kill it. So, yeah.
Oh, and he missed.
Yeah. Now he has to go for the resource intensive. Yeah. Ugh.
You gotta trade your board. He will at least be able to take out 2 things because of the Snow White. Snow White showing the value here. But he really would have preferred to hit that Ancient Elf with that Tribunal. Really would have preferred that.
True. It would have been much better. But now that we see shadows in the top right, Path to Purgatory is 10% complete.
Right.
Ooh.
And
an aggressive evolve.
I think this is the right thing to do. He should just keep pressing him. Because the more damage he does, the easier it just makes it for if, like, say he draws a roach or something like that. He does have the Nature's Guidance, so it's not like he won't be able to kill him.
He can completely flood this turn before a Themysticree is available, and his hand is kind of like low impact. It's got double Will of the Forest and an Aaron in there. It's not really doing anything unless he gets aggressive with it, so I really like this this aggression.
Not only that, but Haven decks aren't really running Ancient Lion Spirit anymore, so...
That's true, yeah, that's true. Yep.
It's not like
he
has to worry
about... what? Dark Shun, before Dark Shun would be available.
Yeah, exactly. So he will get some damage in for sure this coming turn.
In fact, actually, if he draws a Roach, this is just... He goes Fairy, No, he goes Fairy, Roach, Bounce, Roach with that Evolve. I don't think that... That'd be like one off, I think. Yeah, that'd be one off, never mind. Ancient Elf again, ooh.
Ooh. Well, I mean...
That can get pretty big. Looks like he's gonna dig one card into a Sylvan Justice. Go for that Will of the Forest. I like that.
He could choose to, you know, Evo this fairy and just go face. I mean, if
you could,
he's not.
Yeah.
Like he's not, but yes, he could choose to do that.
There we go. Banishment option, like I mentioned before.
All right, so right now, Praetorian's in a really scary spot. Like anything that's like below, say, I guess
20. Below 20.
Okay, in a more okay, anything that's below, say, 18 is scary. Like just realistically, it's really scary when you're, especially when you're a Haven player, because you don't have, or when you're an Igus player, more specifically, because you just don't have those options, you know. And he's just going all in here, and I don't blame him.
Right. Akamarured is giving Praetorian the chance to, if he wants to, play Dark Shun, if he wants to play Themysticree, but it'll get me. He doesn't really care. He's losing fairies. He's gonna play a enhanced Crystallia Aaron next turn probably anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's just building up his shadow count.
Well, right now, again, he doesn't have the. There's no Roach in sight, and I will say this though. Not having access to a really big damage Roach may be the key for Praetorian to win this match if the shadows aren't built fast enough, because we know that he doesn't have. We know that Akamarured doesn't have a lot of cards in hand right now, and because we know that, we also know that he won't be able to get like those really gigantic Altered Fates to be able to just generate a ton of shadows from discarding his hand.
Right. Akamarured's hand is what we call a brick, in the sense that the Path to Purgatory plan is not really going to happen with this hand.
No. So he's gonna have to pretty much go all in on the
Goes for a board control sort of evolve here.
Well, I guess I can't see why not.
Reminds me of Tia. It looks like he played a Tia.
Yeah!
It looks like an old Tia board.
Well, there is a possibility that this Aaron may be good enough.
Yeah, this actually isn't that bad of a spot, considering Praetorian's hand. Yeah.
And Praetorian is thinking to himself, I really wish I had a Themysticree right about now.
Yeah.
Or Dark Shun.
or really anything useful.
Yeah. Or cards, you know. So.
Or cards.
Alright, so he could, I was just gonna say, he could double trade into the Aaron, which seems like the line he's gonna end up taking. He can also Black Inscripture one of the fairies, try to stem the bleeding a little bit. He can Black Inscripture the Aaron and then trade into a fairy. It doesn't really matter the order here.
Yeah, really either one, because it still has one defense. But
yep. So
Akamarured has to be feeling this hand though now. Like if he just had a slightly better hand, this would be 100% his game.
So we saw in the mulligan that he decided that he wanted to mulligan the Roach. Do you mulligan Roach against Haven decks?
Yes. Especially when you're playing Path to Purgatory Forest. PTP Forest is a lot of cycling, so you're not likely to just never see it again, right? So
that's fair, but there's also the point of view where it's like, well, I could have done, you know, more damage throughout this game.
Not to mention your entire game plan when playing Path to Purgatory is to eventually cast Altered Fate, which ditches your entire hand, and you don't want a roach in your hand if you're going to be ditching the whole thing. So.
Hey, let's play.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Just a thought, like.
Okay. So Aegis again is just not safe. Like you could slap it down, but you're staring at basically lethal. It would be one off on the board, but you know, an evolve is available. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, this is a tribunal if I ever saw one.
Yeah. Tribunal's pretty good.
Actually,
so.
Yeah, this is actually where Praetorian can, you know, actually just come back here. Well, there's a roach.
Oh, there's a roach. Yeah.
Really, yeah, that's a roach.
I mean, he can stall. He can play air and just hold the evolve point. And then he's got Fairy Fairy Roach. If he draws any other key piece, he'll be fine.
Yeah, which also would make it yet another scenario where he can't, where Praetorian would just not be able to play this Aegis. This Aegis is just dead in hand. Right. Very common scenario for that card.
It does just happen, yeah, sometimes. Yep, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to just sit on that Evolve Orb, use it for the face damage.
I don't blame him. I mean, if he gets a Nature's Guidance, he could win. Or even an Ancient Elf. You know?
Or a Fairy Circle.
Yeah. So he definitely has multiple ways.
He's got outs. He's got some outs for sure. Or another Roach, since he didn't Altered Fate one of them.
That's true. That's true. Alright, so... This is where, if I were Praetorian, I'd be sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, he's gonna slap down the Aegis, because you can't play a ward, you can't heal. You might as well just play the highest pressure play you've got.
Yep. And...
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It adds 2 fairies to your hand, so you would have 3 fairies to play.
Wow, this feels awful.
Dying to brambles.
I mean, not necessarily for me. I mean, for like Praetorian. Like Praetorian is probably
the extreme relevance of brambles adding 2 fairies to your hand. There gave him the extra fairy to play, and the evolve from Aaron's gonna dupe it, man. Nice.
And the disappointment on Praetorian's face, but I honestly don't know what he expected fighting against Roach as Aegis Haven. So,
that was his worst matchup. He hit his worst matchup possible. So,
I mean, well, that and D shift, but yeah,
sure.
Definitely worst matchups. Oh man. So at the very least, he won't have to fight that anymore. So it's not like he's out. Real.
How do you feel about PTP Forest having a 100% win rate?
Well, it did beat Aegis. You know?
Clearly, PTP is good. It has a 100% win rate.
Yep, wins 1 game, has a 100% win rate. Seems good.
Stats don't lie.
The stats don't lie. Okay. Alright, so we have Vengeance Blood now against Neutral Rune. I'm pretty sure Akamarured is throwing back his entire hand. There's no way you keep this hand.
That hand looks pretty bad, yeah. Especially, I think he's on the draw, so you don't want that.
Yeah, definitely don't want that. Not against Rune. And the thing is, one of the things about fighting Rune, generally not in this tournament, like he would know what his opponent's playing, but one of the things about fighting Rune is that it's often hard to discern exactly which Rune variation someone's playing, because all of them, a lot of them get played. So, I mean, but in the tournament, since it's open deck list, they'll know.
There are just like so many available rune variants. D-Shift, Burn, Neutral Rune. Then you have like all these hybrid decks running around, Daria decks running around. Like it's just no idea what they're playing. He drew all 3 Disagreeable Demons. Oh my gosh.
It feels kind of bad. But I mean,
feels kind of bad.
feels kind of bad, but I mean, he does have his Belphegors, so and it's the art
and the BKB. BKB is pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Disagreeable
that
Demon,
is a pretty good card.
Not so much, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Disagreeable Demon's not terrible here. It's just you got all of them. He's probably gonna be playing that. I mean, I don't really. There's nothing else for him to play, so it's like I don't know exactly what he'd be thinking about right now.
I think he's doing that thing we talked about a few weeks ago, where you just kind of slow roll your play a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Just kind of
He could
make
be
him think you had a better 3-play. Yes,
Alice
Alice
coming
though.
down.
Ugh. Oh god.
And this is just ugly.
Wish I tried harder.
That's just ugly.
Yeah.
And
Akamarured was like he was drawing blanks, and Praetorian's over here just getting his game plan off. He's just chilling in the islands, you know, doing his thing.
Right. Right. Now the thing is, this is not a situation you would want to play Belphegor.
Oh no, never. You can't play
Never.
Belphegor here at all.
So this is the obvious play, and then he'll take out he'll evo to take out this. Now he is taking 2 damage to the Big Knuckle Bodyguard. So for those who don't know, Big Knuckle Bodyguard, when it comes into play, it destroys an enemy follower with 3 or less defense and deals 2 damage to your leader if you're not in Vengeance. So which he is currently not. So he's gonna end up, you know, taking 2 damage to get rid of something, but he was able to get rid of 2 things.
And I think the way he chose, he could have used the enter the battlefield trigger to kill the ward and evolved over the Alice. But Alice on evolve will only hit him back for 5, whereas the Lyrial would have hit him back for a total 6 if he chose to. So, and that would have punished him greatly with this piercing rune. Oh god.
So this Evo is telling me that he doesn't care about Vengeance. If he goes
going
space,
in, dude. He's going way in.
He's like, I don't.
I mean, why do you care? Like you've got Felice in hand. Why do you? Unless they're holding double Diabolic Drain, you win. So
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, he does have access. So this is a really sticky position for Akamarured. Does he actually Belphegor to hopefully try to get a Diabolic Drain? Does he play the Scarlet Brewer? But if he plays that, then he's actually not gonna have anything else. So he really needs to draw into a Diabolic Drain, because what'll happen is if he doesn't draw into a Diabolic Drain, he's just dead. So yeah, he needs to do that.
It's tough. I mean, Scarlet Saboir, he can't enhance Felice next turn, so double evolve is not possible. So Scarlet Saboir onto the Angel or face and then banning down the Alice will leave a situation where he's at 8 and gets hit for 7. So he goes
he's going for the Diabolic Drain, and
he didn't get it.
He didn't get it. And he just, that's almost like a resignation. Even though he was trying to draw to his potential out, he just didn't get it, and this is game.
Right, Diabolic Drain would have been a pretty stabilizing out. Felice was slapped down so fast.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, there's no reason to slow roll it. I mean,
yeah.
We know people do. But now Praetorian has like a, you know, kind of neutral face on right now. You know, not happy, but not disappointed. More like, I'll be happy when I win.
He is calm and collected.
So he's not like me. I get happy after every win. So I don't care if I won. I'm doing fist pumps. I'm doing jumping jacks. Well, I'm not actually doing those, but you know what I mean. Like I'm excited, man. But anyway, now he's gonna go into yet another bad matchup with Aegis Haven versus Vengeance Blood. Like this is a bad matchup too. It's not nearly as bad as Forest though.
It's I don't know. It's an interesting matchup. It's not like it's not as bad as that.
Draw. Well, it's draw dependent. Like, Belphegor is not something you want to see on 4 when you're Haven, because Like, unless you have Beast Call arms and stuff, you're not going to be pushing like a lot of damage in the early part of the game. But he's going first, so I mean that's actually pretty good.
Ooh, wow.
This hand is not though. Like this hand's not good.
BKB again on the draw for blood is pretty okay. Haven doesn't actually always have targets for BKB though, so.
Oh, he's got that. He's got the turn 4 Tribunal. That's very key against Vengeance Blood when you are going first.
I think Akamaru kept that Spiderweb Imp as his like go-to turn 2 play, and then he just drew every other 2-drop in his deck. He's just probably not happy with that.
Well, at the very least, the Snow White can't evenly trade into the Spiderweb Imp at all. It can't even kill itself. Nothing. So this is actually quite good for Akamarured Red to have dropped the Snow White. And for those who don't know, when Snow White actually dies, she resummons herself and then evolves herself. So Snow White is just a barrel of value.
A barrel of value. Yeah.
A barrel of value. That's right. You know,
it's kind of an awkward turn. Like Akamaru could just play. He could run the Angelic Knight down, right, and kill Grimner if he chose. Well, you actually couldn't kill Grimner. That's weird, dude. I don't know. Do you even play Angelic Knight? Yeah, Angelic Knight just dies to the evolved Snow White 2/2 trade into 2/2.
Right.
Ooh.
That was a great draw, though. That was a great.
I'll let him. So, he can force evolve. Force evolve is Snow White, Blacken Scripture, and then play Doggo.
Yep.
Or Scripture first, since you don't want to take the 1 damage from the Snow White evolving. But this is gonna be dirty.
Yeah. So, come on, Praetorian. You can figure it out, man.
He's running the math, man. He's got it.
All right, so
Scripture is not curious.
Little confused.
Maybe he's not going to get 2 face damage. Yeah, he's not going to get 2 face damage here.
Okay. I mean, this line is fine. I would have preferred the, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
You end up with a Snow White with 1 more HP, a Grimner with 1 less HP, and then 2 less face damage, but, you know.
These fists will finish you.
All of it gets blown up anyway by Big Knuckle, so.
Big Knuckle. Yeah. I don't know if you've taken the time to look at the animated version of that card, but it's pretty sweet.
No, I hate that card. I don't look at any blood card ever.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That one didn't count.
Yeah, I mean, your hatred for Forest transcends into me with Bloodcraft. I hate Bloodcraft 20 times more than you hate Forest, I promise.
But the thing is, I don't even hate Forest. I just don't think it's good. I just don't think it's good. Or like in terms of the tournament, I just don't think it's good. But anyway,
it has a 100% win rate.
Quench them.
Okay, you know, you can hold on to that.
Planting down Scarlet Sapphire. That Bane is pretty good. Praetorian doesn't really have anything in his hand that does anything to that.
The question is, like, does he absolutely feel that need to get rid of it?
Well, he did feel the need to protect himself. He runs 2 minions out just to protect himself from being hit for 2.
Now, is there a consideration for having just not played anything? I think it would have.
I mean, there's nothing against playing Snow White. I think playing Snow White there was fine. Playing the Grimner is kind of weird because you kind of just donate your Grimner out.
Like from my perspective.
Oh, an evolve. Okay.
I like this. This is an aggressive evolve. He gets damage in. He still has his Bane. He still has the he still has the 2/1, and I'll say Praetorian needs cards badly.
Well, this is gonna work out for Praetorian pretty well since he kind of almost baited this, I guess, by playing the Grimner.
So, but now we can definitely see that Akamarured is still not in Vengeance. He's not close to Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
So we know those Dark Generals aren't going to just start storming face, and I think Praetorian has to be very mindful of that. That's an interesting
Goes
play.
for the general instead.
Yeah. Huh.
It's gonna let it get Bane for free. It will save him 3 face damage if Bane is used on it, though. And he does have Tribunal popping next turn to pop that Bane off the board if he doesn't use it, so...
Not only that, but he does have another Tribunal in hand. So...
Yep.
Air Jammer and... Urius. Okay.
Ooh. I think we're going face for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going face for 7. All right.
Hey, you know what? I ain't even hating, man. Do you think? Why does it always hit the one? Why? Those are the worst feelings.
Tribunal would be too good if it always hit the best target. Praetorian's in a weird spot, man. Like, you want to attack with your... If you're going to play the Themysticry, you want to attack with your dudes first to get value, but against Vengeance Blood of all decks, if you attack him with anything, even the Snow White, you put him in Vengeance. So...
Well, he's definitely not going face in any capacity. So...
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
There is literally 0 ways that happens. So... we could probably see Judge trade into the 4-3, and
I don't know. I think you run out Themis.
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't. I don't think you can go face. I don't think you can go face in Themis because you're just basically saying kill me with your Dark General next turn.
You never ever go face in this situation ever.
Right. I'm saying that. I'm hoping he's not even thinking about going face.
Oh.
I'm really hoping, man. I'm praying for you, Praetorian. Don't think about going face. Okay.
He's gonna go for a trade. He's not gonna run Themis out. He may pop one of his evolves here on this Radiance Angel. Ooh, never mind. Ooh.
Not the card he wanted to hit. But still.
Yeah.
That's a very elusive Bane.
Spiderweb putting him in Vengeance. Dark General. It's one off. If he summons any minion, he dies.
Well, not only that, but yeah. Well, he will. This is just not good. He's not going to be able to heal out of range. Yeah, he's not going to be able to heal out of range. That Dark General in hand is basically just said GG, man.
Yeah, Praetorian is he's in a checkmate situation, having perfect information here.
Yep. This is literally this is exactly what I was talking about before. Vengeance Blood, with all of its very, very hyper-aggressive, strategies and game plan, it's so hard for Haven. Like, Haven is, again, yet another one of those matches where you just can't play.
Dick with Jared Jammer. Get the Blood Wolf lethal. Yeah!
Oh, snap. And then he's a Dark General. Oh, man.
Akamarured gave him the little bit of the winning ceremony there against Praetorian. 2-1 is a victory. That last match, I feel like, or rather that game that we just saw that ended there, the important turn was whether he was going to Themis and get rid of both of his followers on board.